How are you all? Hope you're doing well. Are you having a great weekend? By the pond again, as usual, and not a lot to report really. Well, there is a lot to report, but I've not really got loads of content this week just to put loads together. I've not done a lot of recording, so I just thought I'd have a quick catch up. Got some aeroplane going over somewhere, can't see it. Oh, there it is. God knows what it is. It's got an L and an A on each wing, L and an A. Anyway, one thing, I've got some bad news this week. My white Benikiki died. Now, I removed it, I put it in my grow down the bottom because it was getting really lethargic. So I took it out, I put it into my grow. It's got 1,000 litres, salted it up percentage wise to 0.3, I think, something like that, and within a week, 4 days, I went in there and it died. So yeah, and I don't know what it is. I've mentioned this before about doits, and what I notice is when they go downhill on the anal fin at the base, bone seems to appear. I can't explain it. I've had this 3 times now on 3 doits. So I'll spin you around and look at the other, because I've still got 2 doits in there. I've got the one that's arguably a Karashigoi, so I'll spin you around. This one here, I think it's a Karashigoi, and then I've got the black Benikiki. So yeah, bad news on that. You can't win them all. Strangely, that's the only loss I've had this year. As you can tell, the water clarity, the green's gone, which is great, fantastic. So now I can see the bottom of my pond, but unfortunately I can see all the fines in there, and I can see with the because I've increased the food, the amount of crap that's now in there. I'm not going to let up. I'm still going to continue with the feed, and I've been putting in 230 grams a day. There's 3 feeds going through the auto feeder, and that is 3 feeds, and it delivers about 50 grams. And then what I do is a couple of times, 2 to 3 times a day in between, or at the same time when they're fed through the top, I use my carp sinking food pellet jobby, and I put in about 25 grams a time, and then get the air out of it, and I sink it and I throw it here or there. And I do that because the 2 young koi that I got from the Koi Diaries grow and show, you can see them now. There's one, you see it. I think, yeah, they are not coming up for food. I've not seen them come up for food yet, so I want to get some food down at the bottom of the pond. So yeah, that's why I'm doing that. So 230 grams going in. I don't know how much they are getting, because obviously when you've got bigger fish in there, they're gonna obviously get their fair share. And now, since I've been doing this regime up my feed with this high protein food, I have noticed the fish have put some on. I mean, this fish here, this Achiba, look at it, it's a right fatty. And so yeah, they really have put some on in the width. I find that's what I'm looking, my eyes are looking. I mean, this Karashigoi that I've got, doits really seems to have, and so does this one. I don't know if you can tell, guys, but I think if you look at the fish, they look more stout, all of them. So what I'm going to do is, I think it's the 8th of September, I think it was around about the first week of August. I've got to look at my notes that I saved. That's when I started the auto feeding the high protein food, and I've, you know, gave them 1.5% per fish in percentage of the body weight a day. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some fish out around about the first week of August, so it's a month gone, and I'm going to see what growth I've had on some of the fish. Not all of them. I'll just see what I can get out, and I will measure them and see if I've had any length on them. Now, I am considering getting some weighing scales and like a little weighing pouch or something, but I don't really want to pester them too much. So, you know, if there is growth, you've obviously got weight. They are definitely wider. They're definitely more stout. That is 100%, because I can see that. I'm positive of that. And if I look through, I mean, look at this one, for example. Look at the shape. It's a lot better than what it was a month ago. I'm positive of that. So yeah, I'm going to continue that for another month. I might up it to 2%, and then I'm going to have to drag it back down again. Now, the downside to that is obviously the fines in the pond, because you're putting more food in, they're going to produce more waste, you're going to have more waste floating about. I'm throwing food in and sinking it, so they're going to disturb the bottom. It's going to get grabbed by the bottom drain, yeah, for sure, but you still find you get it in the pond. It looks okay at the minute. If I drop off, if you look at the clarity now, it looks okay. I'm happy with that. You can see the fish in the distance, look, and that's at 10 feet. It's 4 feet deep, and I can see the bottom of the pond now, so at least I can see the two, the Karashigoi from Koi Diaries, from Adam Beyer, and the Kohaku. Now, if I can get looking in, there they are, both together now. There's the Karashigoi, and there's the Kohaku, and they're both at 4 foot. And now they both look, within a month of the new feeding regime, they look again like the others, a bit more stouter. So I'm hoping, with a bit of luck, in a month, I'm expecting it'd be nice if I can at least get 2 centimetres of growth, because I think that's an average that you should get when they're growing well. Now, what I have noticed, oh, my batteries are gone, but anyway, my pond water has dropped to 16.5, which is a right bummer. It really is. So what I'm going to do, I've got a 1 kilowatt electro heater on my indoor grow, so I'm contemplating, it's gone faulty, the flow switch, or it's not switching on now to heat the pond up for some reason. So I'm going to strip it down tomorrow, and hopefully I can sort it and get that on. And I'm considering taking the Beyer Kohaku and the Karashigoi out and putting them in the heater and getting it back up to 21 for another month, so month and a half. But they will then be in 1,000 litres. So I just don't know. I just don't know whether it's worth the extra cost just to keep them growing for a month or two. I suppose if I did that for 2 months, for example, another 2-3 months, I might get 6 centimetres more out of them. Whereas at the minute, they're going to stop growing, I'm sure. They're not going to grow very much at all, looking at the temperatures of the pond. It's 16.5, and it's not going to go up to 20, 21 anymore, because it's coming to the end of August and the beginning of September, so it's all downhill from now, unfortunately. So that's a bummer. Can't really do a lot about that. But and also, because of, I think, the food going in, I'm getting a bit of a yellow tint look to the water. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. In a couple of weeks, once me feeding is reduced, I'm going to get my pond hoover on and give the bottom of the pond a good hoovering before winter, and then before the pond balls go on top again. So the jobs for today, I've cleaned the mesh out in the top when that went off at 4 o'clock. I'm going to give my filter brushes and everything under my feet a really good clean, because they will be absolutely rammed. I've not done it for 3 days. They will be absolutely filthy. That's another job done. I'm going to put some of the Koi Works bacteria in, and then tomorrow over the weekend I will probably at night time, when it's at night time, put some koi clay in, some Breeder's Secret in there, and see if I can polish this water. And I'm also considering I could do with some, I don't know, some loose activated carbon. I'm thinking of running some activated carbon through it, but obviously activated carbon is expensive. But just to polish the water a bit. But I'm overthinking it there really. Like I say, I think once I get the Hoover out in a couple of weeks time, I'm not going to do it yet because I'm still heavy feeding. I don't want to waste my time. Saying that, it is the bank holiday weekend, so knowing me, I might just sit here and then I might just think, you know what, get my Hoover out and give it a quick hour, no, do half an hour and just do it, and then do it again in a month's time. But I'll see how I feel. The plant filter is looking marvellous. Let's go and have a quick look at that. I have mentioned as well that I was going to get the Dracodron Minima. Now, I've done some measurements, and if I put the Dracodron Minima in here, it's 175 mil, but it's a drum, it's 175 mil above the water line. So the water line's about here. So I would have to build this up like a seat or something. But what's bothering me more than that, that wasn't bothering me if I got it, the width I've got here at the side of the drum, you can access it from the top, but you can't take it out from the top. The tray inside, the cleaning tray that you have to periodically take out, you have to pull out from the side. And as you can see, I need 350, which is great for the drum, but then I need about 12 inch, 14 inch of the side to side access, because the bolts at the side of it that you take off, screws, and then you pull out the cleaning tray. So I've stalled on that idea for a moment. I can't get my head around it because of the space I've got here, killing me. I was thinking actually, look, I've been looking at drums and they look really simple. You've just got a barrel, if you like, the drum with a mesh wrapped around it, and then the water goes into the centre of it, and then there's a tray, like a tray underneath that collects the waste, and then there's a flow switch, and obviously the water gets fed in through your bottom drain, collects inside the drum, it goes through the mesh, that becomes clogged. The water filter on the opposite side, the water level drops, and then it activates the spray bar to let water through on a solenoid valve. Water comes through the solenoid valve, goes through a misting nozzles, cleans the drum. Water level, the flow through the drum mesh increases because it's been cleaned, and that raises the level again back to where it should do and cuts off the wash cycle. And then it just keeps doing that, and I'm thinking, shall I just make a drum and just try and make one with a solenoid valve and stuff like that, but I don't know. Anyway, just my head's thought. So let's go and have a look. Plant filter is doing mega. Look at it. Beautiful. Getting another lily. Got a little hoverfly in there getting some nectar. Yeah. And this has come back. I thought I'd lost that. For some reason it didn't sprout back. It looked all rotted, but it's resprung, so brilliant. Really pleased with that. And this has gone nuts this year. Right, and we get these lovely like catkins on the end. So there's the pond. Let me see if I can show you the fish closer up with the muck in the pond. Can't really see it here too much, but I will get this side. See if I can show you the fines. See in there? Bit of a mess. So that's telling me that I've not cleaned my bottom drain out for 3 days. The water flow through it, the draw has reduced. So I need to, and the fines at the bottom of the pond, the muck, because of the amount of food I'm putting in, is obviously what goes in the fish has got to come out. It settles, the bottom drain's not going to grab everything, it's just not going to. So there we go. That concludes this week's video, guys. Catch up, have a great bank holiday weekend, hope your fishing doing well. Anyone in the grow and show, how's your fish going? How's it growing? Do you think it's growing? Yeah, let us know. Please join the friendly koi keepers. Please give us a like and a thumbs up and hit that notification bell. See you next time.